Hello everyone, welcome all of you in Team Divani IS and GATE channel. Already you have given a test on dynamics of machinery and you have got the solutions of question number 1 to 15. Today we are going to see the question number 16 onwards. So let's start this today's session. A flywheel weighs 981 by pi kg and has a radius of gyration 10 centimeter. It is given a spin of 100 rpm about horizontal axis. The whole assembly is rotating about a vertical axis at 6 radians per second. The gyroscopic couple experience will be. So they have asked the gyroscopic couple, and you know the formula for gyroscopic couple is nothing but c is equal to I into omega p, where omega p is the precessional angular speed, and that is given as a 6 radians per second. Also rotational speed is also given, n is equal to 100 rpm. Radius of gyration k is 10 centimeter. You have to convert that centimeter into meter, 0.1 meter, and mass is also given. So how you calculate the angular velocity of spin? That is nothing but 2 pi n by 60, and from that you will get the omega s as 10 pi by 3 radians per second. Then you calculate the moment of inertia from I is equal to mk square. Okay, from that, after putting the values, you will get the value as 9.81 by pi in kg meter square, and then you put all the values in the formula of gyroscopic couple. You will get the answer. Required answer is 196.2 Newton meter, which is the option number 2. So this question is from directly from the topic gyroscope. So let's discuss the second question. The second question number 16 is asking from the force analysis of engine. So for a vertical cylinder, the diameter of piston is 60 mm and the mass of the reciprocating parts is 1.3 kg. At a point during the power stroke, when the piston has moved from top dead center, the force due to the gas pressure on the piston is 3 kilonewton. If the acceleration force is 2 kilonewton acting upward, and take beta angle is equal to 10 degree, find the thrust in the connecting rod. So we have to calculate the thrust in the connecting rod, and four options are frame. So pressure force is given fp in 3 kilonewton, convert it into a newton, 3000 newton. Then inertia force fb 2 kilonewton is given, so 2000 newton. Mass is also given. Force on the piston you can calculate by directly. Force F is equal to force on a piston plus mg minus fb, that is inertia force. So you will get the force as 1012.753 Newton. You have to convert mass into g, that is nothing but mg, that is the force you have to consider because it is a vertical cylinder is given. So you have to add that mg force due to the mass. Then you can easily calculate thrust in the connecting rod, and you have the formula for thrust in the connecting rod. Fc is nothing but f divided by cos beta. Here angle beta is given a 10 degree, so you can use cos 10 and you will get answer near about 1028.37 Newton. That is nothing but option number B. Next question number 18. The question number 18, a constant velocity follower is having a cam profile rotating with a velocity 40 radians per second. The lift of the cam is 80 mm and there is no dwell between the ascent and descent of the cam. Find the velocity of the follower at mid stroke during descent in meter per second. Angle of descent is given, that is 120 degree. So this question is directly asking is from the cam and follower uniform velocity motion. So angular velocity is given as a 40 radians per second. S is also 80 mm, that is nothing but lift of the cam, and descent angle is 120 degree given. So you know the formula for uniform velocity of a cam profile and cam follower, that is nothing but for uniform velocity motion, velocity formula is given as ws divided by phi d. So angular speed is also given 40, s is the lift, that is 80 mm, converted into meter, 80 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter, and then you have to use the angle 120 degree, convert that degree into radian. So 120 into pi by 180, we will get the answer near about 1.52 meter per second, and that is nothing but the option number A. First option is the correct option. Now question number 19. The question number 19, a maximum speed of the flywheel is 1000 rpm. The coefficient of steadiness for the flywheel is 50. The maximum variation of a speed for a flywheel is. So they have to ask you a maximum variation for a flywheel. So that is variation is nothing but n1 minus n2. You have to calculate that. So this question is directly from the flywheel, or we can say coefficient of steadiness and coefficient of fluctuation. If you know the coefficient of fluctuation Cs, then that is the reciprocal. If that is nothing but variation in speed n1 minus n2 divided by average mean speed, that is nothing but n1 plus n2 divided by 2, means it is equal to 2 times n2 minus n1 divided by n1 plus n2. So steadiness is the reciprocal of coefficient of fluctuation of a speed. So we can write directly coefficient of steadiness as nothing but n1 plus n2 divided by 2 times n1 minus n2, and here n1 is given as 1000 rpm. So you can put the value for n1 and just find out what is the unknown parameter n2. For unknown parameter n2, 980.19 is the right answer for n2. Coefficient of steadiness of the flywheel is given 50. So if you put the 50 value and n1 is 1000 rpm, you will get n2 as a 980.19, and then you can easily calculate that maximum fluctuation of a speed, that is nothing but n1 minus n2, maximum speed minus minimum speed. So 19.80 rpm is the maximum fluctuation of a speed, and that is nothing but option number A is the correct option. So next question, the question number 20. The radius of flywheel rim is 200 mm and the angular velocity is 20 radians per second. The tensile stress developed on it is, density is given 1.6 kg meter cube. So this is the very important question as a frame, and it is a very good question. So for that, radius of rim is given as 200 mm, convert it into meter. Angular velocity is also given w, 20 radians per second. Density is given 1.6 kg meter cube. Now you have to calculate what is the stress developed. For the stress developed, if you don't know the formula, you can calculate by unit conversion too, and the directly formula is nothing but stress is equal to rho v square. If you do the calculation for unit conversion, you will get density as a kg meter cube into velocity is meter per second, so that is nothing but meter square per second square. After calculating this, you can replace the kg, you can replace kg as a newton second square per meter. If you put the kg replace as a newton second square meter, you will get the unit as newton per meter square, and that is nothing but Pascal. Yes, so after calculating this, you will get the required answer as 25.6. so you can put here. And how to calculate the velocity? Velocity is nothing but r into omega here. So r is the given as the radius 200 mm converted into meter 0.2, and omega is the 20. So 4 meter per second is the your radius, and then easily put the value, you will get option number C. Okay, and next question, the question number 21. So question number 21 is basically from the governors. So let's see what is the question. Which ratio defines the height of a Porter governor to that of the Watt governor for equal arm and link lengths, where m is the mass of the ball and capital M is the mass of the sleeve, and 4 options are given. So you know the special consideration case, and special case tells us if all arms are equal, then what is the value for Q? If what is the Q? Q is nothing but tan beta by tan alpha. If your all arms are equal, upper arm and lower arm, that is nothing but links. If all arms are equal, then Q value is equal to 1. For Q value 1, your tan beta by tan alpha ratio is equal to 1. For that, the required expression you will get for height of a Porter governor for equal length, that is nothing but 895 by n square into bracket capital M divided by small m divided by small m. Small m is the mass of the ball and capital M is the mass of the sleeve. And height of Watt governor, if you calculate same for the Watt governor, that is nothing but h is equal to 895 by n square. And what is they ask? The ratio of height of a Porter to the Watt. So height of Porter to the Watt, that is nothing but small h divided by capital H, and the required solution you will get capital M plus small m divided by small m, and option number C is the right answer. So next question, question number 22. The mass of the flywheel of a steam engine is 3250 kg with a radius of gyration of 1 meter. The starting torque of the engine is 4500 Newton meter. What is the angular acceleration? And you have to calculate that radians per second square of the flywheel. So question number 22 is from the flywheel section. The mass of the flywheel is given 3250 kg. Radius of gyration is given k is equal to 1 meter. Torque also given 4500 Newton meter. It is a very easy question. Inertia of flywheel is given by, you know the calculation for inertia, I is equal to mk square. Just put the value and you will get the value of I in kg meter square, that is 3250 kg meter square. And all of you know the formula for torque is nothing but I alpha, and alpha is what? Angular acceleration, and angular acceleration in radians per second square. So torque divided by inertia, you will get a required solution as 1.38 radians per second square. That is nothing but option number D. In question number 23, question number 23 is from gyroscope. A bike is moving on a curved flat road of radius 200 meter with the speed of 25 meter per second. The combined moment of inertia of the rotating masses is 16 kg meter square. Consider rotating masses of an engine having angular speed of 50 radians per second in clockwise direction when viewed from the front of the bike. Find magnitude of gyroscopic moment. So this is the question is from gyroscope, and for the gyroscopic moment, that is nothing but gyroscopic couple. The formula is I into omega p, where omega p is the precisional angular speed, and how to calculate that precisional angular speed, that is nothing but v by r. So velocity is given 25 meter per second, radius is given 200 meter, and angular speed is 50 radians per second. Just put the value over here. Inertia is also given 60 kg meter square, so 16 into 50, and precisional speed is calculated by v by r. So v is a 25, just put the value of 25, r is a 200 meter. You will get the required solution as 100 Newton meter, and that is nothing but option number C is the correct. Now question number 24, and question number 24 is again from governors, that is nothing but WAD governor. So WAD governor rotates at a vertical height of 250 mm at a speed of 60 rpm. If the speed is now changed to 80 rpm, its new vertical height in mm will be. So the new vertical height they are asking in mm. So if you think about the WAD governor, the required expression, in previous question we have also covered that the required expression for a WAD governor, that is nothing but height h is equal to 895 by n square. So if you do the h into n1 square, that is nothing but is equal to 895. H into n1 square is equal to 895, means 895 is a constant term. So we can write here for WAD governor, h1 into n1 square is equal to h2 into n2 square is equal to constant. Just simplify, just put the values here. What is h1? H1 is a 250 mm, n1 is the rotational speed 60 rpm. The square of 60 is equal to h2 is unknown parameter into 80 square. 80 for the change in speed is given, and only unknown is nothing but h2 over here, and you will get the required solution in mm, that is 140.625, and option number D is the right option for that. So next question, the question number 25, and it is from gyroscope and ship problem. The turbine rotor of a ship mass is given as 2000 kg, and it rotates at 12,000 rpm clockwise when viewed from aft. The radius of gyration of rotor is 300 mm. Gyroscopic couple, if the ship turns right at a radius of 240 meter with the speed of 30 km per hour. So what is the given data? We will discuss over here. Mass is given 2000 kg, radius of gyration 0.3 meter, velocity is given in kilometer per hour, that is nothing but 30 km per hour. You have to convert it into meter per second. So 30 into 1000 divided by 3600, you will get 8.33 meter per second. That is required velocity. Radius is given as 240 meter. Yes. And angular speed. First you calculate the angular speed, that is nothing but 2 pi n by 60, and rotational speed is given as 1200 rpm. Just put over here, you will get required solution for angular speed as 125.66 radians per second. Precisional speed you can calculate, as I earlier said, how to calculate precisional speed omega p, that is nothing but v by r. Just put over here v value for meter per second. Already we have calculated as 8.33 and radius is given 240. So after that calculating, you will get precisional angular speed is 0.0347 radians per second. And from that you can easily calculate gyroscopic couple is I into omega p, that is nothing but for I mk square omega into omega p. Just put all the values, you will get the required solution as a 785.37 Newton meter, and option number C is the right for that. Now question number 26. Question number 26 is a theory question, a very easy question. Pressure angle is an essential parameter while designing the cam profile. Which of the following definition is correct for pressure angle? So directly asking the definition of pressure angle, and the question is from gear tooth profile. If you studied the gear tooth profile very well, it is very easy to pick up the option. So the correct option for pressure angle is defined as the angle between the normal to the pitch curve and the axis of the follower. So option B is the correctly matching. It is the angle between the normal to the pitch curve and axis of a follower. So you have to remember angle between the normal to the pitch curve, okay, not a base circle. It is related to normal to the pitch curve and axis of the follower. So correct option is nothing but your option number B. Now question number 27, and 27, the cam moves with 300 rpm and has the radius has the least radius of 5 cm if the cam lifts the follower through 3.75 cm when cam attains 90 degree of rotation in simple harmonic motion. Determine the maximum velocity of the follower during descent. So they ask the maximum velocity of the follower during descent. The question is from cam and follower. And the angle of descent is given as theta as pi by 2, rotational speed 300 rpm. So calculate 2 pi n by 60, omega is equal to 31.41. You will get the omega is 31.41. Here it is written 31.74, but you will get required answer is 31.41. And for simple harmonic motion, how to calculate the velocity? The directly formula you have to remember for that, that is nothing but pi s omega divided by 2 into theta. Just put the value of s 5 centimeter, you will get the required answer, and convert that answer into meter per second, because all options are framed in meter per second. So after putting the radius or lift as 5 centimeter, cam lift is given as 3.75. So you have to put into meter 0.0375. So you will get required answer for V max, that is nothing but 1.178 meter per second. So required answer is option number C is the correct option. Now question number 28 is a very easy question and directly from cam and follower. If you see the knife edge follower, column I and column 2, just match the following. Knife edge follower, only one you can check here. For knife edge follower, the answer is excessive wear. Just only one matches, so you can directly here match option D is the correct. Why knife edge follower? See here, knife edge follower has a sliding action on the cam plate, due to which there is a more friction resulting in a rapid wear and tear. So in case of knife edge follower, there is a rapid wear and tear of the cam plate, as well as more power is required for driving the cam due to the high friction. Whereas for roller follower has a rolling action, due to which there is a lesser friction. So we can definitely say for roller follower there is a very less friction and wear is absent. So for roller follower here wear is absent. So for A3 B1, so directly matching option is nothing but D option. If you look for the flat face follower, C wear is highly reduced, you can say, and radial follower, the option number 4, a line of motion passing from the center of rotation as well. So question number 29. For question number 29, which of the following is the correct chronological sequence in the follower motion of a cams in the descending order of a maximum velocity in respect to angle of stroke, speed and lift. So for that, for cycloidal motion, just question number, the previous question, I think 27, that data you can put over here and find what is the required solution, and you can find the what is the what they are descending order. So you can put question number 27 values or given data to check this question. For cycloidal motion, you know the formula is 2h omega divided by phi. If you put the values that are from the question number 27, we will get a required answer here 1.499. For simple harmonic motion, you will get an answer here 1.178, and for uniform velocity motion, you will get answer h omega divided by phi, that is nothing but 0.749. So from that calculation, we can easily say over here that, and the descending order is the matching option is nothing but 1, 2 and 3. Cycloidal motion is coming first, then simple harmonic is the second, then uniform velocity motion is the third, because if you put the calculation, you will get the answer. Okay, now next question, question number 30 is from flywheel again. What will be the inertia of the flywheel if the engine speed varies from 175 radians per second to 125 radians per second, where kinetic energy during the cycle change results as 600 newton meter? So we know the required expression for change in kinetic energy. So delta E is equal to half into I into omega 1 square minus omega 2 square. Here all the values are given. Energy is given as a newton meter, that is nothing but joule. 600 newton meter, just put the value over here. You have to find I is the unknown parameter, 175 is the angular speed is given, and 125 is also given. Just put over here, you will get I inertia in 0.08 kg meter square, that is nothing but option number B. So thank you all of you for watching this channel, and we will see the next video soon, as your test is completed. So thank you for watching again, team Divane and team Divane ISN Gate. So thank you very much.